This conference will now be recorded.
On the bottom.
Somebody's is on. I heard it go. Oh, it's yours. Oh, it's yours.
There you go. Thank you.
It was red, but then it, oh, it's green now. Oh, okay.
Good evening. This is Monday, May 5th, Zumbrota Park Board meeting. Call to order. Welcome, everybody. And we'll get started with this meeting. This beautiful, wonderfully temperate spring day. So we have an agenda that's brief.
I'll motion to approve the agenda for Monday, May 5th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, moving on to the approval of minutes last month. Thanks for running it without me.
It went fine till the end.
Yeah.
When my child tried not to participate, I had to stand up a little bit, but it was fine.
Approve the minutes dated Monday, April 7th, 2025.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Moving on to accounts payables. Pretty hefty at $32,004. 3PH extension.
So they have to follow a new street baseline for the pool.
Oh,
So that's what that big one for themselves.
Suppose Kim will take that out of account 615?
Look up on the pool.
Right.
Did they put that line in already?
That's been, yeah, I think you guys have to check.
Yeah.
When did they do that? Just recently?
Yeah. Well, I think it was last week or sometime TJ from Excel got a hold of me and we talked a little bit about it. It was actually quite a bit more, and then there's something with the billing on it, and he was able to get it under some billing. This was over $100,000 project. Okay.
Holy smokes.
I'm just curious, proceeding with that in a new pool and.
I still question the whole pool, when that's gonna go and how that's gonna go yet.
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Accounts payable passes tonight, and then we have public comment. This time reserved for Brian Grudem. Oh, I'm sorry, that was a joke. No public comment tonight, but we always invite that. Pool update, anybody have information on that to share?
I don't think there's anything
Yeah.
new, really. Brian didn't mention anything before he left, so
Okay.
the money's still kind of trickling in a little bit. Another brick was sold today, so.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick, huh? You know, I mean,
40 years later.
well,
Okay, I'm sorry. Memorial Day Field of Honor coming up with the new business. Assume that we're gonna continue tradition. Anybody against that, or is discussion needed?
All in the same place. That we know.
Yep. And has Brian talked to you about finding the corner? I'll make sure he calls you and talks to you.
Brian Beaver.
Yeah.
All he needs metal located.
Mm-hmm. Needs the corners located. Yep.
Excellent. Excellent. And Three Rivers Bus Transportation last year.
Oh,
Oh, do we need a
Oh.
motion for that?
I figured we did that every year. Yeah.
And you also, you usually do a porta potty, so we also motion that if you're inclined to do that as well.
$150, $200 a year. Yep. That's okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the use of, for Memorial Day, the Field of Honor, and to get a porta potty. Is that good? Do you need numbers?
I'll second.
All in favor
Aye.
Aye.
and opposed? Okay, continuing on with tradition. Well done. Thank you. Now on to Three Rivers Bus Transportation. Last year, pool shut down. We provided community with partial payment of the bus transportation that picks up our community members and brings them to the Pine Island pool. And it cost some odd $250,
I wanted to say, I think it was 500,
$500.
but I think Brian didn't give me a memo or anything, but he met with them early last week, I believe it was,
Not with who?
Randall.
Three Rivers.
Oh, cool.
And they are interested in doing it again. It would be, we being the city, Brian, decided it was probably better to keep it the same as it was last year, if you guys want to do it, because I think it had been brought up, we could do a different pool, but we thought, families are used to the way that it was from last year. So keep the stops the same, the times the same, the location
Yeah.
the same. Did Brian give you a price? I want to say they kept it the same. So we could, if you need more information, we can wait until the June meeting as well, because I don't think they started it before that last year.
I don't think so either.
So if you want a hard price on that, you can hopefully he'll be here next month then.
Are they even gonna be out of school by the time we have our June meeting?
Will
Okay.
just be, so the pool will probably have opened the week before. I think most pools open Memorial
Okay,
Day.
Memorial Day, okay.
Yep.
We started.
No, and I don't know if they run during the lesson time. I think it's just for open
Just
swim.
Okay.
Because I think the bus only runs every couple of hours.
I can't talk tonight. It's like, I'll go with it. Opposing viewpoint, does anyone want to save a dime, act frugally, and not pay for this and put it towards the pool?
We should pay for it. I'd just like to have a hard number, to be honest, but if that hard number holds up, anybody being able to want to use the service, I say we deal with it right now, but that's not the case, correct, Miranda? We're not gonna hold anybody up by not taking action tonight, are we?
I don't believe so. Brian didn't give me a whole lot of information, so I'm not, I mean, we obviously didn't commit to it, so we're not holding anything up by not giving them an answer quite yet. So I think waiting until,
Yeah, I'd just like the information about when they started up last year too, so we can mirror it and make it the same.
because it did sound like different things were discussed, so I just barely scratched the surface with him, kind of in passing,
Yep.
and then he was gone. So yeah.
Just table it for
I think
next
it's fine.
month.
Just kind of this month is an FYI that it's coming for next month then.
I think that's good.
All right, that business has been tabled for next month. There's no vote on that, right? It's just like
No.
tabled,
Yep.
Roberts. Okay. And then a tree planting request. This is going up towards our future dog park. No, tree nursery. No. Great Priggy Trail.
We got some 50-some trees from the Soil Water Conservation District in that area. I would like to plant, have some that would stay along the trail kind of, but with, on the south side there, but I'd like to have a new area kind of for transplanting some trees out of there. There'd be plenty of room to work with up there. We usually offer a lot of trees to residents. They
Yeah.
move in when we have the investment in the trees, so. If that's something that would interest you out in that area, it would give us quite a bit of room to work, to be able to transplant out of there. Plus, I'd like to, like I said, keep a few of them kind of along the trail there too.
What's there right now on that piece? Anything?
Dirt.
Dirt?
They leveled it, right?
Yes, I think they still have to get some, I think they still have to seed it, and then they were gonna just anchor some straw in there through the hole.
So that would be like a second tree nursery for us there?
Well, that one down there is, the trees, it's about done for, but
Okay,
it's not, with the trees that are left there besides cutting them down, it's not really conducive to
okay.
Starting over.
starting some new ones in there.
We,
Locations and on the curve.
Yeah, it'd be on Jefferson on the south side.
Yeah.
1 acre piece there.
Kind of at the, almost at the top of the hill, right?
Yeah.
if we yield it to a tree nursery, can we still wander through it or change direction on what we plant there? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it would be, but I mean, those trees in 3-4 years, you'd be able to transplant trees out of that already. They're pretty good start on trees. And the ones we have were hackberry and some black cherry trees, so we can have those trees.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot for them too.
Yeah.
I think it's a good use of the land, and I think that program is great for our residents.
We need a motion for that? I'll make a motion that we use that area for tree planting. Save the trees that you put down along Jefferson.
Yeah, I'll second that.
All in favor
Aye.
and opposed? Okay. Grow them trees. Did you get a grant for that, or was it just a donation?
They just had some left over from their sales this year. I know the city could do that, something maybe less 50.
Good good communication with them.
With the soil water.
Yeah, good. Good to hear. This is the end of our agenda, and if you guys wanted to freestyle with me here a little bit, I've been dwelling on a capital plan for the park since like last year, and formulating it and putting it into like some kind of document or at least a presentation we can have every month. And if you guys wanted to email or compile some thoughts or some kind of outline that can add to my thoughts, and it's not just me circling all the past here. But it would consist of basically this that we used to look at, our project. We'd have that with the details of the project, what we spent, who's doing it, and where we need to get money from. It would have grants, available grants for each project, and how we can pursue them, and timelines for grants. It would have a future vision of like acreage set aside for things that, you know, you see as benefits or what we can do to manage it, or Mike's total direction, you know, and such as that. What else was there that I thought would be good to bring up? Kind of like a 3 to 3, 6, 9 timeline of things. In 3 years we can do this, and in 6 years we have this going, and then maybe we have the money, you know, set there so that it just gets paid for and gone. And then there's some other things like on my side of, you know, where I'm coming from, tackling the natural resource that is the floodplain, the river, and the plant life that we have at our hands, so that we would, with soil and water, of course, they did our riverbank, but we can keep going with that. But we have to set aside like some odd 7 acres to revamp into a natural flood resistance, and maybe look at the park, the floodplain park part, as something that we can help with future floods as a park. So, and that would be in our park board agenda, our what is that? Our MO. It's like we want to have a natural resistance to flooding to help the community, and also use the floodplain as an amazing recreational place.
Like a mission.
A mission, yeah. So, but it would just be set down into a document. It's just set down into a PowerPoint, and then hopefully a 3D table with a whole topography. And that's what I got going. So, and I haven't brought it, so it's not here yet, and it's
right.
Still in the works.
I like your thoughts, but I got a question, Bob. He was talking some things that I picked up on that was like long-range planning, like projects and capital expenditures and things like that. Does the city like have, through the city council, like some kind of long-range planning that would maybe dovetail with some of the stuff of the park board?
Didn't he have something laid out with certain things they wanted to accomplish?
I thought so too, Bob. I remember hearing or seeing something.
I know, I want to remember that the road was on there, repaving that road and some other things was on that.
Yeah, we have a priority list.
Or maybe it's a priority list.
But I think that's a good natural place to start.
The comprehensive plan that the city got, and I think there was a comprehensive plan for the park.
There was.
But that's something that, and I can find that comprehensive. But like you said, maybe you can blend them or see if there's something that.
Yeah. Because if some of the work is already there, we don't want to be, number one, butting our heads against it. Number two, if it kind of aligns with a lot of the things that you just said, that would be huge. I mean, some of the stuff that was in that plan, like the trail going underneath and all the way up to the other side of town, there was all kinds of things in there like that. The campground was in there. I mean, all that stuff was in there. So I think that's a real good place to start. But yeah, I like your ideas.
Good to hear.
And then it gives us a good idea of how we need to plan. Because if we know that in 6 years, we have to replace Kids Kingdom or whatever it
Right.
is, I don't want to ever go through what we're going through with the pool again.
Right.
We're now, we've had that pool for how many years? And
Right.
now we knew it wasn't going to last forever.
Right.
Yep.
And here we are.
And that would totally benefit us as we apply for grants, because we'd have this outline.
Mm-hmm.
The second part that we already know is that there'd be possible assignments to each of us or to recruit people, which we've seen done with pool board, pool committee, and how hard that is to do, but it's like your own personal goal at that point.
Sure.
That's great to hear feedback. Just wanted to spitball that and see if I can produce something. And every month I'm like, bring something to the board and show them what you're
Appreciate
doing.
your thoughts.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And then we should be able to get those reports from
Yeah.
wherever they're at.
Yeah. Put it together with all that
Mhm.
stuff. Yeah.
I've been compiling accounts payable too.
Yep.
Just trying to get a line graph of everything. It really doesn't show anything because it's just like, here's one $12,000 a month.
Right.
Okay.
Something like that, can we have a work committee that's not in this time? You know, I know we're not supposed to discuss things not in meeting, but if we called a work group to work on something like that, is that okay?
Quorum, we can, yeah.
Yeah. So open,
Throw ideas and stuff.
right. Neat, you guys. Any other discussion you want to have tonight? Or you
I
got-
do have one more thing to mention. Donnie brought it to my attention for the campground. We added 2 more fees this year, so now my permanent sign that was gonna be so handy is incorrect.
Gotta stick the thing over
I know, I'm like, do I just get like some cardboard and just tape it to the side? I'm like, so I don't know. Do you guys want me to just make a different, it'd be like $300, $400, something like that. Cause it's like,
Yeah.
That's what I think.
not, cause I'm guessing that the different fees are gonna stick now for
Pretty heavily discussed.
some time. Right.
What's it made out of? Polyvinyl, metal?
Metal, I think,
We just give it back for a re-wrap?
not from the company I got it from. Cause I ordered online.
You cool with graffiti writing?
Yeah, just paint it.
So as long as we're talking about signs, we still, I think next meeting, we should maybe discuss that softball sign that one rotted on. After the big one, that had all the donors on it. I think we have to redo that one too somehow. I don't know, I'll talk. And hardcover bridge sign that Paul Kunkowski said he was getting close to have the price on that for us, he had to get some other people involved. That old sign sits out of the shop, just so we don't lose, there was quite a few sponsors or people that moved into that out there, but we should maybe talk about what you guys want to do with that, or how we want to approach that.
All right, next month, be prepared to get these signs taken care of and the pickleball net. My boy says, it was windy. I'm like, okay, I'll talk to the park board about it.
Do you want me to,
Surrounding that so he doesn't have to run around.
Oh, I see. He wants a cage over the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
don't.
there we go.
Do you
Retractable.
want me to proceed with the sign now so we have it ready for the camp season, or do you want me to wait? Okay.
Yes. Do we need to have a motion on that so you can
Make a
spend money?
motion that we get a new campground sign with the updated rates on it, just
I'll
like the
second.
one that was there before.
60-day money back guarantee.
Exactly.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carried. I will ask for an entertainment
Is it
of
that time?
that time.
It is.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
All set.
Any in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And that's a carried motion.
20 minutes, wow.